Hello, my name is Jude. I have been doing 3D modeling for about 10 years. I started with Rhino 5, but then I switched to another software called 3D Design. And 3D Design is much easier than Rhino, which allows me to focus on both design and modeling. But last year, I returned to use Rhino because SubD in Rhino 7. I usually use Nurbs to create organic objects, but I believe it's a good idea to learn more about SubD. Some people are curious about my job, so here is my workflow, including design, modeling, and printing. Here are some common modeling software: Rhino, Matrixical, Jewellery CAD, and 3D Design. Those are Nurbs best, so they are precise and good for create your own jewelry. Then ZBrush and Blender are used for organic modeling. They can easily create irregular objects, but I think it's less accurate. In 3D modeling, many beginners feel confused. This is because they have three different formats: Nurbs, SubD, and Mesh. We use Nurbs a lot. It's a curve-based modeling method. So we use curves to create objects, and it's very precise. The second is SubD. SubD is not very precise, so sometimes we need to convert it to Nurbs later, but it's great for organic design like animals, flowers. The next one is mesh. Mesh is usually made of triangles. It's mostly used at the final stage for STL files, which are used in 3D printing or 3D scanning. We don't really use mesh when we are creating an object. Now we know 3D modeling have three different formats. Nerve is curve-based, and SubD and Mesh are polygon. So what's the difference between Nurbs and polygon? The main difference is how the surface is created. Nurbs use curves and mesh, so the surface is perfectly smooth and very precise. Polygons are made of many small flat faces, so the surface is only looks smooth. Finally, I want to list some limitations so you can compare the difference. For beginners, it's important to understand which format you are working with. I mainly use 3D Design. It's focused on creating objects, so I can really use it to repair like mesh problems. When someone give me STL files with errors that cause printing to fail, I need to switch to Rhino to fix issues like naked edges. Rhino is a very powerful tool, but I know it's not easy to get used to, especially because it works with three different formats. It can be quite hard for beginners. You may spend hours and hours creating an object, but then you can print it because of naked edges or because you use three different formats in one object. When I was a beginner, my tutor didn't mention this concept, so it took me a while to figure that out. And I hope understanding these basic formats will help you solve modeling problems and print your design successfully.